All right, if you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, it's me, OhRemy. What up, though? Back at it again, another video. I know I've been gone. I always tell you guys I've been gone. I've been on Discord. You guys know that. I'm in a weird spot right now. You know, Dragon Link's dead. Dragons are dead. We're kind of just in our motions right now. So I've been playing around with a lot of the newer decks to see what I'm feeling, what I'm vibing. Really liking, aside from Tempai, I love Tempai. I think Tempai is insane. It's just something about someone spending 15 minutes making their board and you just break it in 30 seconds. Just drives you, hits you right there, right? We're gonna talk about a new deck. If you haven't already, this deck comes out to the TCG in about 20 something days, like that, next month in June. So I figured I'd talk about it because I feel like this deck might be a tier 1 threat. It'll probably go sleeper. A lot of people won't play it because of its history. I mean, it's the only deck where the archetype literally prevents itself from playing, right? Like, they don't mesh together well. They finally put some cards together that are going to be dropping on, I think it's Dual Terminal. I don't know the name of the pack, but it's coming out next month. And these cards are insane. We're going to show you, though. I'm going to show you, not weird. I'm going to show you this one card, 1.5, because if you discard, it's considered a 0.5, right? So 1.5, you see the hand. I got Revealer. I've been hovering over for a little bit. And as you can see over my head, this card shuts down Flu, by the way. While you control another Ice Barrier monster, your opponent cannot tribute summon. So what does that tell you about this deck? This deck is like super control. If you're into like control stuff, this deck is it. This is like literally blue for Magic cards. I feel like it does it interestingly. But I'm running out of time right here, so here we go. I'm running out of time right here, so let's hop right on into it. I'll try to explain as I can, and I'll show the deck list at the end, right? So off back, you already read the first part of this card's effect. Let's check out the second one now. Okay. Normal summon this card. This is basically your normal summon. You have two normal summons in this deck. You have a few normal summons, but the normal summons you want to have are Revealer, and then the second one is this card right here. This card basically effect is you have to discard a card to summon any Ice Barrier tuner from your deck. All right, so we're going to pitch, doesn't matter, one card, right? We pitched the one card. That's our 0.5 now. And then we're going to grab this little fella right here, or girl, I don't know, Hexa. Hexa's on the field now. And as you can read, it has its effect right here while you control another Ice Barrier effect. Monsters, let me drag myself down. I dragged the wrong thing down. There we go. As you can see, that's its own little floodgate right there. But its second effect is this right here. You activate it, and then you get to send any Ice Barrier, I believe it's tuner as well, right? Oh, level 3 or lower, right? So level 3s you're running are these. You obviously, Warlock's grayed out. We'll get to that in a second. But you're going to send this new card, Magic Mirror Master. You send that. His effect triggers, or her effect triggers in the graveyard, which lets you grab any Ice Barrier card in your deck. And 10 times out of 10, I'm keeping it simple. We're going to grab Speaker. Speaker has a second effect as well, but it isn't a floodgate. This card also says it can special, if you control an Ice Barrier monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, right? So bam, we're gonna drop this card right on him. Bada boom, bada bing. Now we have our two level 4s. We're then gonna slide our scroll all the way over to this fella right here, and with the new shark support, the new water support that is all coming at the end of this year in August, I feel like this deck is, like I said, 1 or 2 cards away from literally being a tier 0 threat. I mean, I would consider this as a tier 1 deck right now, kind of a low tier 1 deck, but it's gonna pick up depending if they give us like some kind of tuner support, some kind of water search support. I guarantee if they give us the same fire support they do for water, this deck is gonna be literally insane. But anywho, let's keep it. I got 40 seconds left. We're gonna pitch Speaker because we could use Speaker's second effect, which I'm gonna bring up in a second, and we're gonna special summon Toad. Now, obviously, this is a TCG exclusive combo right here, but stick with me, and we're gonna have a good time, right? Next, we're going to go for the Marincess card. We're going to send both of these. Activate the Monster Reborn of Marincess. Then we're going to grab Mirror Magic's second effect right here, which basically says if you can destroy, is it tribute? I guess, okay, you can tribute another monster on your field. Special summon. You really use this with seals in the set. But now you're locked into water cards at this point. So then we're going to go for right here. Go for Coral Dragon, right? That effect, bada boom. And then we're going to go wham, wham. Defensive mode. And then we're going to draw 4 cards. And that's basically 4 cards off of, you know what I mean, a 1.5 card starter, right? So this obviously could have been, I have extenders in my hand right now. I'm not going to play them, but I have extenders in my hand, and you know, you might be able to set, let's say you got you got some gas right here. You could just start setting hand traps, right? I mean, these cards, bam. You know what I mean? With still 4 cards in your hand, and this is an effect, this is an effect, but this is basically the main combo line when it comes to Ice Barrier, but they get way more insane, way more insane. So let's hop on to the next one. Again, back at it. Okay, let's say you have an extender in your hand, right? The extender this time is going to be Speaker, a card you kind of naturally already search within the combo. Let's see how things play out, right? You can actually do something a lot stronger just by having either Speaker in your hand or having Georgius in your hand. They basically go hand in hand, because again, you can search any card. So again, we normal summon Revealer, like I mentioned before. We activate the effect. Doesn't matter what you send. In the game, I probably would have sent this guy anyways, because I can bring him back. And now, I guess I didn't mention Georgius. So let's do Georgius this time, right? But we'll get there. He's on the field, activate. We're going to send Mirror Magic. Again, you always want to get Mirror Magic in your graveyard. Always. You can, if you draw Revealer plus Mirror Magic, you can do insane things. It literally, it's one less step you have to worry about. Then you can pitch like your Floodgate with Warlock with Hexa. So it works itself out. All right. Again, we can normal special summon this card because we have a Ice Barrier card. And then we're going to go into Bahamut Shock. Boom, right here. Activate the effect. We're going to pitch Speaker. Always pitch Speaker. Remember that. Okay. Now we're 5th summon. Nibiru proof. Right. Next phase. We go here. Bam. Activate the effect. Special summon Mirror Magic to the field. Mirror Magic effect to tribute. And then we do the 3. The 3. And you see his level goes, or her level goes from 2 to 5. So each one you summon, the level goes up. Right. So we're at I don't run the Water Animancipator card. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. But I just don't run it. I had a bad matchup against what's that deck? Dinomorphia, and I was like, yeah, never again. The one time I was trying to test it out, it just completely wrecked me. Like, never again. That's why I play this guy right here. I'll go over that later in another video. Just want to keep this one simple. You know me, I like to keep stuff simple and sweet. Anywho, Coral Dragon. And this is where we left off on the last combo. But now that we have Georgius, we can activate Georgius. Special summoning because we have an Ice Barrier card. Georgius effect lets us grab a level 5 or lower Ice Barrier from the graveyard. Now, remember I pitched this card earlier. I can draw this card back and do some further extension, but I'm just going to keep it simple and clean. We're going to grab us a level 4 non-tuner, which would either be Revealer or Speaker, either or. Does not matter. You're probably safer bet is to grab Revealer just in case they ever have like DD Crow or something like that. They might try to stop you. Because you always want to keep this card. This card is used for further extension. And then then you're gonna play this new card, right? Lancea. Literally insane. It's a custom card. I'll go over it later. At the end of this video. Drop him in. I'll play defensive mode. That's just me. And now we see I have this extra slot here. Activate Speaker. Drop Speaker in, and then we get to do the exact same combo. And that was like a 2.5 combo, right? Because I already had it in my hand, right? And then on top of that, I get to draw, like I said, 4 cards. And the beautiful thing about Lancea, well, actually, I'll go over now since we're at this point. Let me disappear really quick. Right here. Once per chain, if your opponent special summon a monster, except during the damage step, you can special summon one Ice Barrier monster from your hand, from your deck, from your extra deck, from your graveyard. Basically anywhere on the board besides the banish. Literally insane. It's basically all these floodgates and all these powerful cards that Ice Spirit had all over these years. This card is finally the glue that makes you just be like, okay, you can special summon this. You can special summon this. Now, obviously, you can only use this twice per turn, so I don't want to act like it's just broken. That's why you kind of, when you want to end your board, you're probably thinking, oh, this board's kind of, there's nothing here, right? You want to leave space on your, at least 2 spaces on your board for Lancea to do its magic. So that way you can get 1 floodgate here, Georgius plus another floodgate. You always want to grab Georgius either the first or second, because a lot of the Ice Barrier cards, really all of them actually, well yeah, most of them, they require having an additional Ice Barrier on the field. So if you just grab the floodgate first, if you just grab Warlock first or something like that, it's basically not doing anything. So I'll show you those cards down the road. We'll get there. But as you can see, I'm ending my turn with 1, 2, 3 floodgates. And, you know, just because, you know what I mean? Because I drew so much gas this time, I'm going to activate the Ice Jade card, which lets me grab, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this card's name. You see it right here. You see it up there. And activate this. Send a water card, right? You get to special summon this, and this is basically a free level 10. And you can either go for your Chang Yi play, or you can go for your Geimer, right? So bam. So now we're looking pretty nice. Also, what I like to do too is always like to end the turn with at least 1 Mirror Magic in my hand. I typically, if Toad gets popped, I'll grab Mirror Magic back to my hand so I can use Ravenous's effect to pitch it on my opponent's turn and then get more advantage. So you always want this card in your hand at the end phase if possible. I mean, obviously it's not ideal world, but there's ways to get it, right? But yeah, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, really 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 interruptions right here. If everything goes according to plan, right? If it doesn't go according to plan, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still got 6. This card adds 3. Well, we're kind of blocked because of this. But if they hit totally awesome, I guess you got room. But yeah, this is 2. You know what I mean? Like going first it's unmatched. It's unmatched. I'm playing against Tenpai players, right? And here, let me pull myself back up here. Yeah, I'm going against Senpai players, right? And they're making me go first. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to deal with, or they rather break your, or I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I'm playing against Senpai players and they're making themselves go first just so they can get their interruptions, their D barriers to stop Ice Barrier from making a board because it's such a threat towards, what do you call it? It's such a threat towards Tenpai. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's like a Tenpai counter, but the matchup against Tenpai is pretty free. I'm not even gonna lie, it's pretty free. Because I didn't even mention Lancea's second effect, and we're gonna get in that to the deck list. Like I said, I just want to show quick combos, right? So let's look at this deck list.